Hello beautiful people, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Imoh, and in today's video we'll be learning something beautiful, how to make rice paper seals and also how to create this umber textured buttercream cake. Now if this is something you're interested in, I bet you want to stick around. Do not go anywhere because we'll be learning how to make this easy rice paper seal and how to create this beautiful, gorgeous and pretty cake that you'll be seeing now. Let's get right into the video. The first thing you'll be needing will be water, your scissors, your rice paper, a parchment paper, colors. I'm using two colors because I'm aiming for lilac. Now the first thing I'm going to do will be to add my pink color to the water. The water is room temperature. So I just fetched it from the tap and then I'm adding my color to it. So I'm adding pink first, that is baby pink, and then I'm adding a touch of blue to give me lilac. So I'm going to mix it all together properly, mix it all so that the colors are well blended before I go to the next stage. I'll start off by cutting my rice paper into two. This is because I don't want the seal to be too big. So I'm going to cut it into two. It's totally optional and you don't have to do this. I'm just doing this because of what I want to achieve. So I've cut them into two. I'll move that aside and then drop my rice paper into the colored water. Please, my hands have been washed and clean before doing this process. So I'm done with that. And I'm going to dry it on my parchment paper. So I felt the color wasn't dark enough, so I added a bit more of pink, electric pink, to the water, and you can see that is deeper now in shade. So you want to dip it into the water until it becomes soft all round. You don't want some places hard and some places soft. So I'm dipping it and now I'm going to take it out of the water and dry it on my parchment paper. So you have to be careful because it can tear, and also be mindful of how you're shaping or forming it, because the way you place it is the way it's going to be when it dries. So give it a nice shape. If you want it to be like a fan, you can make it like a fan. If you want it to be slim, you fold it together. Whatever shape you want, that is how you're going to give it or dry it when laying it on your parchment paper. So that's the third, and I'm just going to dry all of them. Now because I'm doing this on the day I'm going to use it, I'm going to fast dry it, and I'm going to do this by putting it in the oven. So we just finished baking, so I popped it in the oven. The oven was already off, so I just popped it in so that the heat would help me dry it, and this is what we have at the end of the day. Now the wafer paper seals are dry. If you don't need to use them in a hurry, then you can just allow it dry by itself at room temperature. But because I needed mine ASAP, I needed to find a way to make it dry as fast as possible. At some point I also put it on top of my oven so that the heat would also help to dry it. So that's how to free it from your parchment paper. You can also get a spatula to run under it so that it's free for you to it's easy for you to pull off or to remove, but I'm just using my fingers and gently doing this. At this point it is dry and it can break if you're not careful, so you have to be extra careful because it's a delicate piece of decorating material that you have here. All right. Now this is what all three of them look like. I'm sure you can see that they're all pretty, so nice. They came out well, they came out fine. One got damaged in the process, so I had to make a third one, and unfortunately I couldn't get the same shade. So I have three shades right here: light pink, dark pink, sort of, and then lilac. So these are the three that I'll be working with. I'm going to also use the small one. Yeah, I would use the small one as well in my decorating. So we're going to the cake decorating now. This is an 8-inch cake. I think 8-inch in height as well. It's a tall cake, really tall cake. So I'm starting off with the first shade of purple or lilac, if you may call it so. I will start off with that first, and then I will go to the next shade and then the third shade before I go on to my white. So please just watch the process, enjoy the process, and learn as much as you can. It's also important for me to mention that when working on this kind of cake, you work intentionally, and by that I mean that you should try to maintain uniformness as much as you can in between the different shades. So that is what I'm doing here. I'm trying to pipe 3 layers per color so that I don't have one looking wider than the other. It's not always perfect when I do it, but this time around I think I nailed it. No, I know that I nailed it. So 3 per time, 3 rows or 3 layers of color per time, and with that you would get or achieve a uniform look with the different shades. So once I'm done with the piping, the next thing I'll do will be to go in with my straight spatula to even out the buttercream before I then use my bench scraper, which is what I'm doing at the moment. So I'm just going to go round and round and round and round until everything smoothens out. Now, if you've not watched my bench scraper review video, then I think you need to watch it, because I know you need to watch it. I know you need to watch it because it's very educative, very enlightening, and you're sure to learn loads of lessons from it. So keep going around until it smooths out. Now I'm done with that. I'm just going to work on the edges, take it in. I'm sure you must have seen me do this a couple of times. So I'll just go around until I sharpen or smoothen my edges around my cake. Pretty sure that you can see how smooth this buttercream is. That was one of the things that we learned in our June class. I'm looking forward to have a class in June, so let me know what you'd be interested in learning for July. I beg your pardon, what you'd be interested in learning for July. This buttercream is nice, smooth, has 0 issues, and is very easy to work with. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to get my palette knife. So this comes in a set of 5, and this is one of them that I'll be using to go around the cake. So it's just a gentle, thoughtful process that is continuous. So you just keep going around, using one hand to turn your turntable and then using the other to texture your cake. So this is a textured Ombre Buttercream cake. So just keep going around, and as you're going around, you keep moving up, so it's all going to come together in the end. So keep turning your turntable, and that way your cake is turning, and also you're texturing your cake. Please be careful not to damage your cake. You're going to hold at an angle, and I'm only using the tip. So just keep going around until you achieve what you want to achieve. But just before that, let me mention that because I have a white top for my cake, I'm going to wipe my palette knife. I'm not going to continue so that the color beneath doesn't stain my white buttercream. So I just wiped it, and then I'm starting the process all over again. But if it was a single color or all just purple, I would just go ahead. But I did not want to risk having stains on this part of the buttercream. That's why I had to stop and wipe it, so that I'll have a clean look and a clean finish. Now I'm going to be doing the finishing, adding my gold leaf, adding my sugar peonies as well, my sugar flowers that I made. I made the sugar flowers. Yes, they're very pretty and not difficult to make at all. I assure you, they're not difficult to make. So I'm going to add that, and also add my birthday topper. I would add my seal as well to the side, my rice paper seal to the side, like so, gently to the side of my cake. Now if you watched the video before this one, I showed you how to peel this off. I didn't even know that you could peel the front as well, so I had to just check, and I found out that of course you need to peel off the film or the wrap in front of this topper so that it really shines. And when you're done with that, the next thing would be to wipe it clean before you use it on your cake, before putting it in your cake. So that is it right there. You get a paper towel or kitchen towel or a clean napkin and wipe it before inserting it in your cake or placing it on your cake. So that's it, beautiful people. The cake is ready, the cake is done. I had to add some gold to the edges of my rice paper seal because that was part of the brief, so I added it last minute before taking pictures. And this is the writing, this is the message, and this is how beautiful it looks. So thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and drop me a kind comment. If you have questions, also drop them in the comments. Until I see you in the next video, stay happy, stay safe, and stay blessed.